Do not give in easily. Of course, Ailey Adams is out with a small knock from training, nothing serious, and Kathleen McGovern is starting once again for Hibs. And we are ready to go here at Meadowbank. It's Hibs v Motherwell live on Hibs TV. Hayden.
I'm running, but can you message about what likes what's popping up?
As teams are in their respective huddles, welcome once again live to Hibs TV on YouTube. We are at Meadowbank and it's Hibs v Motherwell in SWPL action. We're back in the league and trying to climb that table as always. Team in good spirits, and Motherwell of course always a difficult outfit. One player in particular that's always been a bit of an issue for Hibs is Motherwell's number Collins. Good pace, good control on the ball, and we are underway here at Meadowbank. Stacey Papadopoulos of course starts for the first time in 3 games, and Jess Fitzgerald back in the starting lineup as well. Rachel Boyle of course enjoying her Eddie on the front foot. McGovern, saved by Emma Thompson. Great work there by Rosie Livingston on the turn and get the cross in. Hibs really going for all-out attack here against Motherwell. Kirsty Morrison, Kathleen McGovern, Rosie Livingston all up front. And not to mention that midfield, Jess Fitzgerald, Kira Grant as well. Heron. And Scarlett Heron just losing out to Carla Boyce. And Motherwell on the ascendancy to make up for losing possession. And it's a corner to Motherwell. Last time Motherwell had victory here was maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 at this point. That was a 3-2 victory here at Meadowbank against Hibs. And their first away victory against Hibs, of course. Loop to the near post. Header across goal. Kira Grant gets a header away. Rosie Livingston chasing this down, but clash of heads just outside the 6-yard box. And we're delighted to be back live with you here on Hibs TV on YouTube. It's been a long time, and it will be the last one for minimum of 5 weeks after this one. Last home game here at Meadowbank. A long break. Of course, we've got international breaks in between as well. Hope everything is okay. What's the match after this? Been away on the 22nd of February. And a drop ball. Aberdeen or Motherwell are going to put this into the box. Fitzgerald gets it away. Good header from Grant. Again, persistence of Rosie Livingston. And that'll go all the way back to Noah Schumacher. Now Hibs can reshape themselves. Boyle. Again, just that slight press from Motherwell forcing Hibs back, but if it's one thing we've learned this season is that press against this Hibs defence will launch that forward line into space. And now Motherwell. Shannon Leishman and Scarlett Heron trying to deflect it out of play, nearly ends in a Hibs own goal. Former Hibs wingback Shannon Leishman. Good turn from Fitzgerald. It's a wonderful ball, and Kirsty Morrison on this right side. The chance here for Hibs, cut back to Ciara Grant. Grant out to Morrison. That's a good ball in from Morrison. Just misses the head of Livingston, but Boyle's out there to recover. Grant couldn't get it under control. Hannah Jordan with a wonderful pass to Morrison. Fitzgerald's. And a free kick, foul on Morrison. Notley with the free kick, and that's going to go out of play. Just couldn't reach the head of Scarlett Heron. Papadopoulos wins that really, really well. Here's Fitzgerald. Morrison. A 1-2 with McGovern. Good tackle by Leishman. Papadopoulos to Grant. Morrison rolling it in. Hesitation there from the defence of Motherwell, and they just about get a hold of it. Nearly landed at the feet of Kathleen McGovern, who's going to be hungry for goals, given she's been out for quite a bit of time. Pressure from Papadopoulos here. Papadopoulos to Morrison, and that'll be offside, I think, against Kathleen McGovern. Just pulled the trigger a little too early there.
Well, it's just like the final straight. And then she landed like on plane and she did it after. So she was all like loud and did everyone do it after. So she was all like loud and did everyone could tell everyone was
Yeah, I actually saw the video so down there after the night. I assumed that was when she'd done it.
That's Jordan. Jordan trying to get across to Kirsty Morrison. Lands at the feet. But McGovern, Grant couldn't get there. Motherwell now just keeping on the ground, but they give away possession. Notley. Jordan. And Papadopoulos. Hibs just need to regroup here. Try not to lose possession. Here's Boyle. Heron, good pass. And good turn from Livingston there, just caught. And she'll draw the free kick.
She was like, don't have all the pets. I was like, I don't have salad pets.
we've got quite I feel like more like a trip like that is mostly like you're all working.
Yeah.
But like if
I could like get ski lessons.
So I know my old teacher like the ski trip at Buckingham School.
Now Jordan.
the house where it was far.
Hannah Jordan, of course, signed from Spartans and been unfortunate with injuries. But really showing what she can do since coming back. A really good prospect for Hibs going forward, Hannah Jordan. Here's Notley. Now Heron. A looping pass over to Ciara Grant. Put it in, and that was towards Hannah Jordan. Morrison trying to get it to her feet again. Motherwell doing enough. A foul there on Scarlett Heron, another player who's really taken to this team like a duck to water. Almost solidified that centre half spot. And she scored a couple of goals as well in the process. Between Heron and Siobhan Hunter, we definitely have some centre backs who can get goals. Good pass there from McGovern to Morrison. Now Papadopoulos. Morrison back to Papadopoulos. You know she's got the footwork. It took 3 or 4 of them to crowd her out of the ball. And it's getting scrappy out there. A foul by Livingston. Now Motherwell out wide with Leishman. Back to Thompson. Now Browning under pressure. Forced to clear. Picked up by Papadopoulos. Inside for Fitzgerald. Boyle with the pass to Jordan. A wonderful ball forward. Great work. Hibs here. Forces it. And it's in! And it's been chalked off by the referee. Free kick is given. I would imagine for an infringement. Boyle wins back possession. Notley intercepted. Now out wide to Hay. Hay was looking for Boyce in the middle. And now Rosie Livingston powering forward. Still Rosie Livingston out wide to Grant. Grant takes a deflection and held well by Thompson. Definitely some warning shots from Hibs in the last 5 minutes or so. And credit where it's due, Motherwell going forward, playing some lovely football. Morrison up against Thompson. Thompson gets there first. It's been a couple of spells where Motherwell have had some really nice passing on display. Definitely been a lot of progression for Motherwell the last few seasons. Notley towards Papadopoulos, but again Leishman stands tall. It's won back by MacArthur, and now back to Thompson.
No, that's what I'm talking about. But I was going to say to them, I actually think we should have to say to them, I was like, used to the
Actually, it would have been great if Connor hadn't taken I was pretty excited.
Now Papadopoulos looking inside from McGovern. Grant just couldn't get there, but Hibs will take the corner. So Notley with the corner, feeds it to Grant. Inside, shot is on, keeper dives. Motherwell keep it clear. Hay, it's back, now Hay again. Motherwell push forward. And Papadopoulos cuts out the attack. The pass was meant for Bailey Collins. Hay now for Motherwell. Papadopoulos back to Schumacher. And wide to Boyle. Into Grant. Fed straight out to Livingston. Livingston in for McGovern. It was a difficult ball to deal with, but she did really well to get on the end of that one, McGovern. to Grant. Boyle. Boyle over the top, was looking for the run of Livingston, just a little too early there by Boyle. Dropped into that little pocket of space on the left-hand side. That's one thing we've learned the last couple of seasons, is that left-hand side with Tegan Bowie, Rosie Livingston, is just so dangerous for the opposition. Notley, back to Schumacher. And of course, Rosie Livingston said it herself before the start of the season. She said, that's a wonderful ball in. Morrison. Kirsty Morrison takes it around. Can she finish it off? She does! Wonderful goal from Kirsty Morrison to open the scoring here at Meadowbank. Ball right through the middle, cutting through Motherwell. And Morrison, not only does she get the pace, get the control around Thompson, and finishes it off beautifully into the back of the net. And it is Hibs 1, Motherwell 0. Now Morrison receiving the adulation from the crowd, of course. You can't deny the through ball from, I think it was Jess Fitzgerald. Now Livingston. Fitzgerald. Now Notley. Hibs will be hungry for more now. And as I was saying before the goal, Rosie Livingston said this is her season, this is her time to shine here at Hibs. She's been hampered with injuries, so many of them over the course of the last few years, and this is the first season where she's been starting consistently. She's been scoring goals, she's been getting assists, she's been doing so well, one of the best players on the pitch at times. And it has been a great season for her and her development. Now here come Motherwell. They win a corner from Bailey Collins. Corner to the edge of the box, but Livingston's there to head away. You can see what they were trying to do. And the attack is over now for offside. Here is Notley. Now Papadopoulos. Morrison's pointing for it. Great pass from Papadopoulos. Cuts it back. Looking for Jordan. Just grazes the elbow. Here's Hay. And he's going to pull it back for the supposed handball. And the arm was by her side and it just hit her elbow. Not intentional by any means, but rules of the game. Thompson. Now Fitzgerald trying to push this Hibs forward line into contention for a second goal. Boyle. Ooh, and that's a rough shoulder there by Livingston. Just needs to be careful. That's her second foul now of a similar nature. You know, one more and she may get a yellow card. Just sending a message to that the right side of that Motherwell defence. Yeah, she's showing her strength, of course. The rain starting to come down at Meadowbank. There's Heron. Now Boyle, club captain. Fitzgerald and Heron, of course, coming in from the League of Ireland Women's Premier Division from Shamrock Rovers and Peamount United, respectively. Fitzgerald looking for that, maybe that killer pass going forward. She loves to do. Now Morrison. Fitzgerald. McGovern, great touch. McGovern just a heavy pass, but McGovern tries to take the shot off. It's bouncing around in there. And Bullock couldn't keep it under control. Grant. Still with the ball in, it's looking for Morrison. She does well to create distance and keep possession. Morrison again, great ball into the middle, and it's just wide of the mark. Great effort from Livingston. Just wide of the post. Came down, she hit it with quite a bit of ferocity. Unlucky there for Rosie Livingston. Now Boyle, looping it over once again for Rosie Livingston, heads it down, great control. McGovern gets a touch. Morrison, great save from Thompson. Great reaction save from the Motherwell goalkeeper. And Papadopoulos. Now Heron looping that over towards Jordan. Boyle. Livingston with a header again, trying to get on the end of it. Does well, but just goes wide again. Great ball in from Boyle. Livingston just couldn't get the placement on that header into the bottom right-hand corner. Referee got in the way of the pass. Jordan out to Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos tries to make the run inside. And a goal kick to Motherwell.
Rangers, where?
Heron forward towards Livingston.
So funny because like I was meant to see my friend.
Boyce looking for the run of Collins. Just too much on it. Now Notley. Hibs just taking it easy. Not in any hurry. Just need to wait for the right pass to open up. Create space for themselves. Jordan. Now Heron. Out wide to Boyle. Grant back to Boyle. McGovern. Over to Notley. This has allowed Hibs now to push further forward. Line really high. And now the ball over. Headed by Boyle. And Leishman sees that one out. Throw into Motherwell. And Emma Thompson, one of the most goalkeepers, gone down. Of course, in 2 weeks' time, we are away to Aberdeen on the 22nd of February, Sunday, for those making the journey up. That is the next game in league competition for the Hibees. Hay. Now Heron to Boyle. Boyle coming back and just anchoring that line. Papadopoulos loops it in. Grant. Now Boyle in for Livingston. She does well to keep it in. Good bit of skill there shown by Motherwell. Let's get that one clear. I think Hibs should maybe try and focus down that central route like they did for the first goal, which would cause problems. The wide areas seem to be where Motherwell are packing out that defensive line, just that left and right side, because they know how dangerous Hibs can be in those wide areas. So if Hibs were to focus just that little bit more down the central line, maybe could get a second before half time. Boyle forward for Grant. Out for Fitzgerald. Gives away possession. One back by Grant. Now McGovern dropping deep to help that forward line out. Now Stacey Papadopoulos, plenty of space here for Papadopoulos to work with. Morrison. Back to Papadopoulos, back to Kirsty Morrison. Out to Ellis Notley. And for that long ball to Livingston. Does well, finds her really well. Now Boyle. Boyle over towards Papadopoulos. Morrison's going to try and keep it in, but couldn't get there quick enough. Just 10 minutes left in this half. Hibs have been as dominant as expected. Plenty of chances. Livingston just clipped late there by Collins. And a set piece here for Hibs that could be quite beneficial. And Kathleen McGovern in there to wonder which route they're going to go. Boyle with the delivery towards McGovern. Livingston loops this in towards McGovern again. And the clash of heads puts a stop to play. Header by Heron. It gets through to McGovern. Kathleen McGovern with the shot, saved by Thompson. Papadopoulos does well. Now Kirsty Morrison will try and get there. Tegan Browning puts it out for a throw. Boyle. Grant in for Fitzgerald. Loops it over towards Papadopoulos. And back to Fitzgerald after good defensive work, but again Fitzgerald's giving it away. It's time to Browning. Browning tries to feed that down the line to Boyce, and she will get there, but going to be offside. Here's Scarlett Heron. Boyle. Grant. Grant once again. Livingston looking for the through ball and doesn't get there. Ball just bouncing around now midfield. Morrison and Papadopoulos. Hibs need to reshape now again. And Morrison coming deep there to help out the defence. Now Boyle. Cleared away by Collins. Just 5 minutes left of this half. And Schumacher looking for Kirsty Morrison. Now McGovern. Fitzgerald. Notley through, and Grant just saves that pass toward Boyle, or from Boyle. Now Papadopoulos. Inside, really good by Stacey Papadopoulos. And it's back again, going further back now with Fitzgerald. Inside, great ball to McGovern. And a corner to Hibs is the result. Good tackle there from Browning. Notley with the corner. Into the back post. Good punch by Thompson. Now Boyle. And deflected out for a throw-in. Thompson on a very strong goal kick out to Papadopoulos.
Like I was just scrolling and that's it. But then I realised that but she's in like she's friends with her sister.
Now Heron.
So yeah, and asked if she would come.
Grant with the ball over to Hannah Jordan. Jordan beats Jenna Penman. Couldn't get past the second barrier. Now Notley, out to Morrison, so Grant ahead of her. Now Papadopoulos. Just taken away from the feet of Livingston. Morrison. And Leishman gets there ahead of Livingston. Fitzgerald. Papadopoulos now back to Notley. A diagonal ball over towards Boyle. And Hibs protesting for a handball. And Thompson again, an unconvincing goal kick. Morrison out to Grant. Looks to put it inside of the post, but it's looped wide. As we approach half-time here, the score is still, if you're just joining us, Hibs 1, Motherwell 0. Pretty scrappy in midfield, but Hibs with the majority of the chances. Motherwell not really had a significant chance yet. Gerald out to Papadopoulos, cuts inside as she does so well. Looking for McGovern. Browning does well. She's been very, very solid in defence today for Motherwell. Tegan Browning. Now Papadopoulos. Fitzgerald. Morrison. Side for Jordan. Back to Notley. Thomas. Looping it over for Jordan. Hannah Jordan just missed, kicks it. Took it on the volley, tried for the spectacular. Just didn't come off the way she wanted it to. Lovely little lob there from Papadopoulos. Let's play in Hannah Jordan. And that is half-time here at Meadowbank. The score is Hibs 1, Motherwell 0. A wonderful effort from Kirsty Morrison, rounding Thompson in goal and slotting home. We'll take a break here for half-time, and we'll be back with the second half in about 15 minutes. We will see you then.
Did you go for dinner?
Sorry?
Did you go for dinner?
Nah, she had training, so I went in and she got my brother and sister. So all of us had when she did it, I'm so late. It's always like 10. Yeah, it's nice, but it's like
It's like like the music was like really fast and the waiters were like running around. The waiters were like, I was like, oh my god, like
yeah, I don't know. The rest was so like one of the whole like gigs or back there like well so it's like everyone had to match their level. It's so I was so done as well. Like that and then like and everyone turned around and like oh it's serious. Like laughing.
It's quite long time after long, like
puts on and then she like work over it and she like taking around the room.
Leaves it on.
Yeah, literally, I'm like, oh my god.
Can't see the number though.
He is quite well.
Yeah. I was going to ask that actually. She played well. Nah, well, I'd say
And we are back underway here at Meadowbank. Welcome back to Hibs TV live on YouTube. Hibs leading Motherwell 1-0. Kathleen McGovern. Hannah Jordan. Still Hannah Jordan. Papadopoulos. Ups it over for Rosie Livingston. Nicked away again at the last second. Kira Grant tries to get in there. And goal kick to Motherwell.
It's so much better for him than like just like hanging about like a match now. Number 17. Like the seniors, the Scotland ones are brilliant. Scotland,
Thompson with the goal kick.
They do, but it's bad. The forwards coach for Scotland one year, but thank you.
Fitzgerald. Back to Notley. Hibs looking for the second goal. If you're just joining us, welcome to Hibs TV live on YouTube. And we are live from Meadowbank as Hibs take on Motherwell. The score is Hibs 1, Motherwell 0 so far. Hibs with the majority of chances in the first half. Ball in low, looking for Rachel Boyle.
It's more even rather than as in like last year.
Hannah Jordan looking for the low pass into Rachel Boyle, who was in a good position there, just outside the 6-yard box.
This year it's like less so like they're actually more like these straight stuff like these guys are coming from like amateur clubs and stuff.
Notley again with the delivery in towards Scottish-Power. McGovern gets the header and it just comes off the post holding up the net. Seems to have been a clash of heads between teammates.
The first few times she would go down, I would be like, but
Collins. Intercepted by Boyle. Throw into Hibs. And Boyle with the clearance towards McGovern. McGovern fighting for that ball once again. Scarlett Heron. Intercepted by Collins. One back by Rosie Livingston. Still Rosie Livingston couldn't keep it at her feet. And throw into Motherwell. Of course, Kathleen McGovern coming back off of injury. Last season was one of the most, if not the most prolific goal scorer in the SWPL. Heron out to Boyle. To McGovern, back down looking for Livingston. Still Rosie Livingston doing well to keep it at her feet and was looking inside for McGovern. Hannah Jordan then was sitting just beside McGovern as well. Would have been a good outlet. Now Papadopoulos to Kirsty Morrison, scorer of the first goal. Morrison gets the ball across into the hands of Thompson though. Of course, Hibs do have options on the bench. Lindsay Taylor, who has come back from injury. Lauren Doran-Barr, Tegan Bowie, of course, and Millie Bolton. And academy prospects Lucy Stevenson and Olivia Cornett, who are also on the bench, and not for the first time. Really enjoyed watching the academy prospects come through. Seen it most recently with Jessica Ramsey and Isla Taylor. Two outstanding young players who represented Scotland at under 17 level as well recently. And now Motherwell with Boyce. Boyce against Notley, and they will win the corner.
Whereas if you get
And in comes the delivery to the near post and goes out of play. Those type of corners are always difficult to deal with, especially when they come in low and with a lot of pace into the near post. And ball out to Boyle. Great pass there from Livingston to Fitzgerald, looking for Grant, just a bit slack on the pass there. And Morrison trying to fight their way back now as well. Motherwell starting to grow into the game a little bit now. Seeing a bit more of the ball than they did in the first half. Collins tries to get it to MacArthur. Now Fitzgerald, a deep line playmaker role. Now for Livingston, great header, but McGovern is just offside by about half a yard or so. Cheryl forward now. Hannah Jordan is fouled. Now Notley. And to Heron. Now Notley. Schumacher's forced to put it out for a throw. Boyce has the shot into the hands of Schumacher, and that shows Motherwell's progression, especially into this second half. Now they're getting more confident, seeing the ball a bit more, and becoming troublesome now for this Hibs defence. Papadopoulos now on the turn. Just to play in Jordan, who doesn't get there. Fitzgerald. Grant out to Boyle. Looking down the line for Rosie Livingston. And goal kick for Motherwell. Morrison. Stood over towards Grant. Livingston just lurking behind her as well for options. Jordan. And that is a free kick. Just a hip check there on Hannah Jordan. And a dangerous place here for a free kick. We've seen him score them from here before. Plenty of times. So, two options in Ellis Notley and Kathleen McGovern. And you would bank on McGovern having a shot from distance here. McGovern with the effort into the hands of Thompson. straight at the keeper. And McGovern turns the engines on. Put the pressure on Motherwell. And Notley now under pressure from Boyce. Papadopoulos. Given away again, and now Motherwell. The shot is on and over the bar. Dangerous effort there. And now Motherwell threatening. Sophie Townsley, substitute at half-time. Trying an effort from distance. Motherwell growing in confidence now, which will spell danger for Hibs. Grant, Livingston, McGovern, Grant through to Livingston, and that is what Hibs could do. Rosie Livingston feeds it out towards Hannah Jordan. Hannah Jordan with a chance, and wide of the mark. She takes a slip, and that series of passes was just sublime from Hibs. And the final pass from Rosie Livingston to Hannah Jordan really should have been 2-0. Now Boyle, acres of space to work into here, Rachel Boyle. And we do have a substitution coming up for Hibs, and it's looking like Tegan Bowie. It's Gerald. Now Grant. Back to Papadopoulos. And Motherwell really not paying attention to Rachel Boyle on this side. She's got acres of space to work with. And there's the pass to Boyle. A little behind her though. Almost like that floating option on this left-hand side. Really has grown into that wing-back role this season. Been so consistent and so good. She's very rarely put a foot wrong, Rachel Boyle, this season. McGovern trying to feed it to Livingston. Hesitated a little bit. Thompson, pressure from McGovern again. Forced to intercept. Here is Kirsty Morrison. Back for Kathleen McGovern, and there's the second goal. Lovely finish from Kathleen McGovern, and she's back on the score sheet. Back from injury and back on form. Goal scorer turned assist for Kirsty Morrison as well. And the score is Hibs 2, Motherwell 0. And it is Kirsty Morrison to be substituted. And what a final... oh no, she's just receiving a bit of instruction from Joelle Murray. I was wondering. I don't think that could be a substitute, but it is Hannah Jordan who's going off. for Tegan Bowie. I think that's just the instruction for Kirsty Morrison, who will now drop into midfield. And of course, Tegan Bowie will take up that familiar spot on the left wing. Oh, she's just tripped over herself there, Tegan Bowie. Heron now to Boyle. This should make Hibs a little more comfortable now, knowing they have that 2-goal cushion. And now the blistering pace of Tegan Bowie as well. Kirsty Morrison's dropped into that midfield spot where she has played before. And Rosie Livingston will switch sides now to the right-hand side. Here is Rosie Livingston. Ball is across into the hands of Thompson. So you'll now have Tegan Bowie on the left, Rosie Livingston on the right, and Kirsty Morrison drops into that selection of midfield. Jess Fitzgerald, Ciara Grant, Kirsty Morrison. Midfield 3, here's Grant. Trying to feed through into Kirsty Morrison. He's made a good run through the middle. Now Motherwell. Bearing down on goal here. Will there be a chance to take a shot? There won't. Intercepted by Heron. Now Fitzgerald puts it out wide for Livingston. I don't think many people are beating Stacey Papadopoulos to the ball at this rate. Motherwell have a player down near the halfway line. I think it's just Boyce. Maybe, nope. I think it's Browning just fixing her laces. The ball is in. Boyle heads it away. It's going to drop. Motherwell with a chance and into the hands. The safe hands of Noah Schumacher there. Lucy Ronald with the effort. Papadopoulos now. McGovern with the turn. Picked up by Livingston. In towards Kirsty Morrison. It's dropped back now into Motherwell's possession. Here's Boyce. Taken away by Papadopoulos once again now, Notley. Thompson under pressure here from Livingston. Rosie Livingston. Very close. The press nearly worked out very well there for Rosie Livingston. The deflection behind Thompson, but she managed to keep a hold of it. Fitzgerald trying to loop it back in. Scarlett Heron under pressure. All given away, where it's not held well by Boyce. Well, that could have been dangerous at both ends here. Townsley's been a really good substitution for Motherwell. Schumacher out towards McGovern. Gets a head on it. Now it's Tegan Bowie. Boyle. Still Rachel Boyle. Great footwork out to Tegan Bowie. Bowie in low. Towards the back post. Papadopoulos keeps it in play. Takes a deflection, but it's going to go out for a throw-in. Heron. To Boyle. Morrison. Back to Boyle once again. Forward for Morrison. Bowie. Grant. Back to Fitzgerald. Hibs now pushing for a third goal. Livingston. Back to Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos takes a run. Still Papadopoulos. Still Stacey Papadopoulos. Looks to play it back in from McGovern, but it's cleared away. Great solo run there from Stacey Papadopoulos. The ball is back in again, this time from Livingston. And cleared away again, only as far as Boyle. Cheryl's dispossessed. Boyle again. Out to Tegan Bowie. Taken down. Morrison just blasts over. Couldn't get it under control. Takes a deflection. Motherwell really trying to keep possession, but Hibs again really have been ruthless this last 5 to 10 minutes, just pushing. Given away by Jess Fitzgerald, and Townsley is cut out by Heron, all importantly, because Townsley would have had a free rein on goal there. Grant. It's one thing we've learned about Motherwell in the past 2 seasons, home or away, is that they do not give up till the final whistle. They do not stop, and have great stamina on the ball as well. They do not give up and do not stop till the final whistle goes, and you really have to commend them for that. Papadopoulos. Now Fitzgerald. Passing has been a little bit poor this half from Fitzgerald. Just giving the ball away a couple of times now in important spaces. Now Boyle. McGovern. Looking back to Boyle again. McGovern. In for Tegan Bowie. That was cut out by Penman. And cleared away by Thompson. Grant just takes a slip, but Motherwell have a player down, and substitute Sophie Townsley. And this will give Hibs a chance now to make their substitutions, I think. And it will be a triple substitution for the Hibees. Lindsay Taylor, Lauren Doran Barr, and I believe maybe Millie Bolton, but 3 players substituted. It'll be Scarlett Heron, Stacey Papadopoulos, and Kathleen McGovern. Is indeed Millie Bolton. So triple substitution for the Hibees. McGovern, Papadopoulos and Heron for Doran Barr, Taylor and Bolton. And Lindsay Taylor, of course, scoring that historic goal at Ibrox to give Hibs the league title last season. She's become a fan favourite and probably the most consistent player in a Hibs shirt in the last 2 seasons, Lindsay Taylor. Staff Player of the Year last year as well, of course. And a double substitution for Motherwell here as well. Motherwell bench very thin this afternoon. And it will be Amy Bullock and Shannon Leishman. And Carla Boyce seems to have made way as well. So triple substitution for Motherwell. I know Carla Boyce is still on the pitch, and that's safe to say very, very offside. Boyle looking for Morrison, and Millie Bolton putting that central striker role, replacing McGovern. Here is Bolton. Touch there from Millie Bolton. Now Tegan Bowie will try and get on the end of it and throw in to Hibs. Gillian Inglis just trying to kick the ball out of Rachel Boyle's hands. Just trying to take a throw in. Tegan Bowie. Of course, to go all the way back to Lindsay Taylor. Now Grant out wide. Doran Barr. Doran Barr into towards the back post, and Boyle and Bolton were there. Good hands there from Thompson in the Motherwell goal. Ball through. Good alertness there from Schumacher. Again, Sophie Townsley played in. Now Doran Barr in for Fitzgerald. Back to Taylor.
The way back.
Hibs trying to get in here again. It's got down Fitzgerald. Couldn't get enough on it. Inglis can get past Grant. Morrison now to Notley. Pressure from Carla Boyce. That was read by Browning. And now Motherwell. Storming forward. Collins. And it's cut out by Notley, importantly. Again, Motherwell trying to find a way through. Now a run on here. Again, Rosie Livingston really does want a goal today. She's had ample opportunity across the course of today's game. It's Hibs 2, Motherwell 0. Boyce. Collins. Now Tegan Bowie into Bolton. Feeding Grant now. Tegan Bowie takes it down. Millie Bolton on the overlap. Back heel from Bowie. Bolton looking for the oncoming Kirsty Morrison. Boyle heads it down. Collins. Livingston wins that battle. Kirsty Morrison is offside, but good save all the same. Thompson got down low. Inglis. Inglis with a throw for Motherwell. She doesn't have much option. She goes with Cairns, now Inglis. Boyce. Picked away by Notley. Morrison back to Schumacher. We'll get this one nice and clear. Morrison to Grant. Now Doran Barr. Doran Barr looking for the run of Rosie Livingston. And she will win the corner. So persistence will get you from Rosie Livingston.
It's like really far away. It's like really low. We can't explore option. She has sent an email being like your option A is 8 hour train or option B is a flight. But we're like, we'll fly, I think. It's really pissed. But I can like go down on the tube tonight. Walk, go down on the tube. It's for the one above the bridge.
Notley in towards the back post again, held by Thompson. And free kick there. The goalkeeper was impeded ever so slightly. Motherwell looking for that long ball up to Boyce, headed down now. Taylor nicked away by Townsley. The shot is on. Bailey Collins over and away. No threat to Noah Schumacher in the Hibs goal. Doran Barr tries to get it forward, takes his deflection for a throw off Collins. Not long left now here at Meadowbank. Hibs 2 goals to the good. And Tegan Browning, I think, might have caught her foot in the turf there, battling for the ball with Rosie Livingston. Motherwell no doubt will launch this one into Hibs 18-yard box if they can. And that's exactly what they do. Boyce up against Notley. Notley's won the majority of battles against Boyce today. And seems to have thrown herself to the ground looking for a free kick there, I think. Didn't look to be any contact from Notley at all. Or it might have actually been maybe a twisted ankle, maybe.
Yeah, massive.
Did you know how many days?
It's like when you went back to Facebook, beeping as well, and then just very first we picked it up because we went back on the street, and we like didn't have any video, we were like on the phone, and then we were so we like almost put down when we went to Scotland and we went to actually like eat all the like good pizza, so that like weren't not even hungry.
Morrison puts it forward towards Bolton. Bolton. Taylor now out to Boyle, fed into Tegan Bowie. Good footwork from Tegan Bowie. Edge of the area, Kirsty Morrison. Fed back to Doran Barr. Wide now for Grant. Kira Grant pulled back there in the build-up.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't even like that.
Did you have a lion? What's a lion in
Well, I know. But this is the thing.
I'm this morning I was like 8:30. Saturdays are annoying.
Ball in from Doran Barr up towards Tegan Bowie, looking down for Millie Bolton as well there. I don't know if Tegan Bowie maybe could have put that header on target. Very unselfish from Tegan Bowie, tried to play in Millie Bolton there. Elsewhere in the SWPL, Rangers are beating Hamilton 2-0, 19 minutes gone in that game in Hamilton. Of course, the rest of the game's kicking off at 4, Hearts and Aberdeen. 4:10, of course, on BBC will be Glasgow City against Celtic, and 4:30 Montrose host Partick Thistle. Those are the rest of the games in the SWPL today, and currently 20 minutes gone. It's 2-0 to Rangers against Hamilton.
Scared them all off. So we don't you just stand and hit it.
Doran Barr.
It's like a knee up.
Ball forward now to Rosie Livingston. Livingston does well again. Down low towards Kira Grant. Still Kira Grant out to Rachel Boyle. Shot is on and it's just over the bar. Decent effort there from Rachel Boyle, trying to get that third goal. Aiming for the top corner.
That's my angle.
Grant. Fed out to Doran Barr. And that's way off target. Into the 93rd minute here now at Meadowbank. Not long left at all here as Hibs look at victory. And that is full time here at Meadowbank. The final score is Hibs 2, Motherwell 0. The goals from Kirsty Morrison and Kathleen McGovern give Hibs all 3 points here at Meadowbank. A clean sheet and a happy fan base. Of course, our next game is 22nd of February. That is away to Aberdeen. Keep an eye on our social media channels for all information on upcoming home games as we head into the split. Top 6 and bottom 4, we will find out, of course, the fixtures in due course. But until then, keep an eye on all social channels going forward for all information on future games. And for those travelling, we will see you in Aberdeen. But for now, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.